Hi, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining us today. I'm here with Aaron from Diagnostics and Finance, and it's so
Hey
good
guys,
to be with you, Aaron.
thank you for
um,
having me here.
yeah, it's so good to get together on this Friday, beautiful day. I'm a little bit dotty and spotty and a bit glitzy and glamoury today because I've just got off a Vegas-style launch of our brand new products from Arbonne. So many beautiful, 18 beautiful products launched this morning. We're on at 6 a.m, so that was a lot of fun. And so now I'm jumping on with Aaron to talk about where we're at the state of the world with COVID-19 and how to stay on top of our finances and our mindset nice and healthy and strong. So Aaron, just first before we kick us off what we do now, I've worked with you a little bit, and just for the sake of everyone watching, I wanted to give them an idea of what you do, because when I've worked with you, and really when I say I worked with you, it's kind of more Simon in his industry with real estate and so forth. He's worked more closely with you, and but I know that his clients and your clients get amazing results with their mortgages and with their finances. So tell us a little bit more about what you do.
Well, I think it's wonderful that you dressed up for your Vegas style thing this morning. That's awesome. You're looking wonderful today. With what I do, I'm a mortgage broker. I deal with anywhere from I love simple deals, but I do a lot in the more complex space, which is the self-managed super funds, multiple property investments, complex self-employed clients. And that can range from a person in a construction industry to any related party to that area that needs some assistance in this more complex lending environment that we're in. I do love a simple deal to help someone out, whether it's a buyer, the first-time investor, through to a complex property development site. So it's exciting time in the mortgage broking industry and the banking industry, even though there are some stresses at this point in time.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It really is an exciting time, and I know that this industry's, Simon's busier than ever with people buying and investing and doing all of that. So I must imagine that you're busier than ever too.
Well, people have got more time at the moment, and the people that we primarily deal with are people that are still got an income that will continue into tomorrow. That's not discrediting the people that have had their industry shut down or aren't employed anymore, but there are a lot of people that are working from home that have a little bit more time to look at what's going on in their bank accounts. The people that I've had outstanding documents or other items that we needed to get things done have now got the time to be able to send them through to us, and that's put a bit more energy into what's happening in my inbox through to what's happening through the queues of the lenders to get the right outcome for the client.
Yeah, because where people were traveling a lot before, now they're kind of sticking around their home a little bit more and looking at not just their Facebook feed, but also their finance feeds, and also and looking at their house and wanting to do stuff around the house, aren't they?
They are, and I think it's one of those things around the house is that we would normally maybe go out on the weekend, so the house may not be as clean as we have it right now, being in the house all the time. The repairs to the house were probably there, but we were spending our money to go away and have fun or go out. So now it's one of those things where we put our eyes is where our focus is. So it's a bit like the reticular activating system or red Toyota syndrome. When you see something that you need to do, whether it's build a garden, fix a pipes, or build something in the backyard, or spend time with the family, or just keep the house clean or reshape the furniture, you will find stuff that you need to do. So some of the money you were spending on, say, going away on holidays, you can't do that anymore. So some of it's been rediverted into fixing up what you probably should have fixed up in the first place.
Yeah, 100%. And yeah, I can relate to that too. And like where you put your eyes is where we put focus, and more now that we're at home more, I guess people are kind of hanging around and maybe a bit more time on their hands and heading to the fridge a little bit more too. So
Well, there's all those memes that you got the question in the fridge when you open the fridge, not you again. Why are you back again? Like, you're not that bored, are you? So yeah, it is an aspect that some of the snackies that we should not probably have, we have a bit more of. It's not that it's a bad thing, but we've also had Easter when we've been at home as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So now we're hopefully getting over some of the Easter stores and storages in our little baskets. I know the kids are kind of pops them away, but maybe they're all gone. I don't know. Yeah, now it's time to look at our health again and our finances again. So whilst everyone is a little bit, different places, some are feeling optimistic, some are feeling a bit of doom and gloom, especially I watched on the news last night, and I barely ever watch the news, but they were saying some awful things about a recession coming and so forth. That's not been where I've been putting my focus. I kind of been looking after people and moving forward a lot. Tell us, and for everyone watching, part of our intention of getting together is to talk about what we can do on a daily basis to keep our finances up, but also our mindset and our feeling healthy. A lot of where we put our money has to do with our mindset. So tell her, what do you do because you're a pretty positive guy.
Well, I'm answering it to talk about myself, which I can do because there's no restrictions on that. Is that probably even before a virus has shut us down a little bit, is that when I built my new home, we didn't even connect the Foxtel or the antenna. There isn't any free-to-air TV except if it comes through the internet and we want to choose to watch it. So one of the things I did straight away, we got rid of that. So there isn't any free-to-air TV that's freely available. It's all on demand. It's all when we want to do it. So it took a little bit of time to get over on that, because there were people saying, "Oh, did you see that news?" or "Did you see that TV show?" And then when we've got to this time, it really hasn't changed too much. So we only watch what we want to watch and at the time we want to watch it. So it fits into the schedule. And one of the things that I do with my time is I stick to a routine. So in the morning, I will still get up and do exactly what I did before any of this period. I've just been restricted a little bit more to a couple of locations. Instead of going to the gym, I'm now on the virtual gym, and my kids join in occasionally with that and sometimes say, "Oh, that's too hard, Daddy," and go off and come back at the end and think they've done the whole session. And then after the virtual gym, I sit with myself and I do 5 to 10 minutes worth of journaling, just to see what I put it down as journaling during the morning, and then at nighttime I'll open up my notebook and I'll see what's going on, see what my thoughts were in the morning to what my thoughts are in the afternoon. So that's very positive to keep myself in check. The next thing I do, I make sure the kids are all prepared for their breakfast and stuff, be involved in that time. And even today, I still have my special events. I used to try to catch my wife once a week and go to the cafe, but I can't go to the cafe now. So we've retrofitted the back, a pull-out camping chair. I cooked, she went on her walk this morning. I cooked breakfast up and pulled the camping chair out, sat it at the back of my car, opened the garage door, and we had breakfast like we would at a cafe, but it was the garage instead. So it probably sounds a bit weird. Then when I leave for work to go to the office, I give ample opportunity for my kids to say goodbye to me. There's numerous occasions that they'll run out and I'm halfway down the driveway and they want another cuddle. So we go through that. That's awesome for them. And then while I'm at work, I'm just doing exactly my tasks. So I do have clients that have been affected and needed some of the incentives and the help that the banks have put out, whether it's repayment pause or the business loans to be able to get cash flow to get through this. or it's a lot of clients that are looking to refinance their home from a high interest rate to a low interest rate, put all the debts together, purchase in their super funds. And those particular clients, obviously, we have to do a compliance check that they're actually going to be earning money tomorrow to be able to borrow money. And for the people that aren't able to borrow money for tomorrow, and they've sort of gone into that government hibernation business area, we're just, I'm just setting schedules up so that when we get to the end of this crisis, we can get into lending money to those guys and getting those industries pumping again. So I'm taking an approach that I'll get dressed for work. I'm in my second branded t-shirt at the moment. My office is called Hills Money Group. Diagnostics and Finance sits in there. So I will prepare every day as if I'm working without anything interrupting that. I will cut out the news. I've already done that. I'll only listen to what is on from a state government and a government point of view. I know it's a bit more boring where you have to sit through a bit longer to get the right information and all the thank yous and all that stuff that they do, but you'll get the right information. You can cut out everything else.
Yeah, that's really important. Yeah, really great. You are spending your time on the essential things and not being distracted by the unessential things. So,
and I think that's a change too. There's a change going to come that we should probably do this normally. How much more productivity would we have if we could not need to transport ourselves from one meeting to another that takes us 45 minutes to drive, when we can just click another link into another online virtual meeting? So there's going to be a lot of nice little changes and increase in productivity. So I know we like to be exciting, but sometimes being a little bit more boring will actually increase your bank account balance and also allow you to get to the goal, so that maybe a few years down the track, you can be more exciting and not worry about the finances as well.
100%. Yeah, it's actually allowing us to narrow our focus. And when we're focused, we actually achieve more, so that in the long run, we can have more. Yeah, brilliant. And it's fabulous that we're all in this together. We'll all handle it slightly differently. But if we can take some of the tips that I think that we're going to be, sharing from today, a lot of us will get ahead a lot further. I love those strategies that you employ. I'd do a similar thing. And I know
so what do you do, Kelli? That I'm in finance, you're in more of the health area. What's your routine, or what are you doing to look after yourself?
Yes, thanks. So because health is my game, it's everything. It really does start with mental preparation. So I start my day with a meditation. And actually I have my youngest, she loves to join me in that, and it's an abundance meditation. I love Deepak Chopra's, his voice is just so calming. And so it's really sets my day up really well, and in a positive frame of mind. So, there's not much that gets me down. In fact, so the other thing that I do is I make sure I listen to something really positive as well. So not just do my meditation and do my journaling, write those things down. I love that you do that. I love that. Set out to my universe list, the goals that I want to achieve. And then whilst I'm multitasking, getting ready for bed at night, I make sure I listen to a good 20 minutes of something, some learning, some personal development. And that's really important to me, to have those bookends of the day. And because then in between that, don't get me wrong, I love my sweets, but I make sure that I'm feeding myself right as well. Because, 20% of what you eat is feeding your brain. And if you eat off the path too much, then it starts a negative downward spiral. And I feel like a lot of depression is linked with, habit forming eating. That is, when we're habit forming going to the fridge, not because we're hungry, but because we're just bored, then that's not productive and it's not mindful eating. So, yeah, so I make sure that, that through Arbonne, especially because I'm a busy mum of 4, I don't have time to be just cooking 3 meals a day, that I get my nutrition throughout the day that way. So super important.
Absolutely. It's not just the money component, it's the time component, and it's also the health component as well, especially if we aren't able to get out as much as we are, whether it's the beach or whatever. And we've all seen the memes that are on Facebook that the fridge is saying, "Not you again. Can you go bother someone else," etc., etc. So, yeah.
Have you seen the one that's about Tinkerbell? Tinkerbell is like this before and then like this after.
Well, I've seen the ones where the guys there's one big person and another big person, and they're looking at the door saying, "How am I going to get out of this quarantine?"
That's it. Yeah, that's right. And I love, we do a 30-day healthy living challenge in Arbonne, and it's a good time whilst you're at home and don't have the distractions of going out to eat at restaurants and eat socially, that you can actually use this time to eat well and to become the strongest, fittest person that you can be on the other side. So,
absolutely.
So, yeah. So, as we wrap up this, Aaron, share with us, what your focus is at the moment.
So my focus is looking at getting people into the best shape of their financial health, you could say, taking from Arbonne there. If people are paying way too much interest, we need to get that down right now. If I put the plug in for the bank, for example, if you are paying more than 3% on your owner-occupied mortgage, you're paying way too much. There are fixed rates at the moment and variable rates that are sitting between the 2.29 and the 2.6 area, and that can save a mile of interest. If you are a person that's had a special loan in the past, that's had the big 6s and 7%, and you can be eligible to get down to the 2.6s, that's a big saving sitting right there. If you're contemplating buying something at the moment, and I was talking to a client earlier, they're going to pay one rate where there is an eligible product of another rate that's going to save them $5,000 just by choosing a slightly different product. Now, it's not approved yet, but it is just taking that little bit of extra work. I work with my clients to find the right product for them. I base it all on a policy point of view. Once you meet the policy, then we get the right deal, and then we get the application in. And there are still, unfortunately, a couple of people that I'm working with from a property settlement problem or an estate settlement problem, and those people need a little bit of extra attention at this time as well to get that through and get the right outcome. So for me, if you are sick of scrolling through your Facebook feed and you've now started looking at your banking transactions, which I would have advocated to you to do whether you had a crisis like this or not, we need to take control of your money, know where it is, know that you've got the right structures in place so that you can build a more prosperous future for you and your family.
Better time than ever to be doing that.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Well, if people are still watching this video, I appreciate everyone being on. And I have a little gift for those that are stayed right to the end. I've got a box of our fizz sticks, which are so good for energy and without the downside. So think of it like a coffee or a V without the downside. So non-addictive, very good for you, all plant-based, and great tasting. So if you send me a DM after watching this, I got a little box for you. And you can jump onto my other groups. I've got some really fun things happening in the world of health and nutrition. So yeah, I'm going to be releasing all of our brand new products that we've just launched. So
Fantastic. And the other little giveaway, just to bring it on, Kelly, is that if you tag someone and you got to this point and you tag someone in this video, to be able to watch all the awesome information right now, again, the first person that can tag someone in, if you DM Kelly again, there'll be a second box of fizz sticks that my company will provide you as well.
Oh, there you go. Bless you. That's awesome, Aaron. Lovely.
Cool.
Beautiful. Oh, and just on the fizz, strawberry was released today as a permanent fixture. So
Nice.
yeah, a bit exciting. All
Very
right.
exciting.
Well, thanks so much for having me.
No worries.
Lovely having this chat.
All right. Thank you.
Have a good day.